5 minutes or less. Hi, this is the noodle system. Door's open again. So we are highly anxious right now, and we are trying to calm down the very best way we know how. Now knowing that we have noodles and knowing that each noodle has something going on with them, we need to tap into that so that we can calm the anxiety. That's what our theory of what anxiety is for us, is that we've got noodles that are going through something and they want to say something, or they need something, right? So as you might be able to tell, maybe you can't, but I'm on a different cell phone. I'm recording with a different cell phone. I don't have any fancy dancy phone cameras to record my vlogs with. But I don't know if you can tell, but I am on the phone on hold now for 2 hours and 34 minutes with Simon Med Imaging. Yes, I'm calling you out on blast. What do you call it? I'm putting you on blast. That's the word. I'm putting you on blast, Simon Med, because I cannot get through to people online and over the phone. I've left messages for the last 3 days. I've requested online for someone to call me back. I finally get a hold of someone. They put me on hold about an hour and a half ago because I was on hold for about 49 minutes. Finally, they said, I'll get back with you, and they've put me on hold for the last hour and a half. That's just one of our issues. So that's why I'm not recording with my phone, because I'm on hold and I'm waiting for them to answer. I don't think they will answer, but I will be going into their office in about 2 hours, and I'm going to show them that I'm still on hold. I bet you I still will be, because I don't think anybody, if no one's remembered me now, they're not going to remember me in an hour, 2 hours. That's neither the point. Let's just move on. We're going to ignore that for a second. Okay. So last night, cyan blue. I sometimes call her blue, sometimes call her cyan. It's the same color because we've got two blues. We've got an indigo blue and we got a cyan blue. So we call her cyan blue. She fronted and she could not stop fronting, and she had black and white noodle talking to her about the ultimate surrender is how we call it. But it took us everything we had to get her to calm down. Yellow helped her a lot with that, and we've been kind of wigged out on husband, and he was no help. He actually triggered to make things worse, and he didn't understand how, and we were trying to show him and teach him as Yellow, but then it just didn't work out. So went to bed exhausted, maybe about 1 or 2 in the morning, and woke up late this morning. Barely got to work on time, and we're working from home, so that's just ironic. And we were just going through a lot today because we realized that cyan blue is like a screaming child in the car and just freaking the F out, like traumatized flashback right now, I think, is what's going on with her, because she's heightenedly triggered with doctors ignoring, other people not validating, other people not understanding, and we had one coworker who was kind enough to validate her for just a second, and then the waterworks just started coming. Basically, what is our issue? We had to hang up on the doctor yesterday. We had a doctor appointment. She was a half an hour late for the video appointment, and she was not helpful or validating or kind or anything, and she just kept complaining about how many patients she saw yesterday and how she started at 7 a.m. And we hung up on her saying, okay, thank you for your time. You can see your next patient. And we hung up on her. I mean, we weren't belligerent. We weren't screaming. We weren't even impossible to deal with, but we were definitely irritated. So after doing that, that's when it all came crashing down like dominoes, and we were having a really hard time last night. We were drinking, trying to numb the pain. We were trying to help this screaming baby in the car, so to speak. I mean, Cyan's not a baby, but she definitely has some triggering things that kind of make her wig out to the point where she just feels like she's drowning and she can't catch her breath. So she's crying uncontrollably, unable to catch her breath, and feels extremely neglected and is extremely forgotten about, especially because we've been on hold for the last 2.5 hours. I don't want to say that we should hang up, but part of us does, right? One of us noodles thinks we should. But it's actually become soothing in a sense that we want to be validated so much, or at least Cyan. We all agree Cyan should get validation. If we go into this appointment at 4 o'clock today and we walk up to the front desk and we show them that we're still on hold, that's sort of a validating aha moment. You know what I'm saying? So we really kind of want that for Cyan, because otherwise no one will know that we've been on hold this long. And we sent an email even saying, hey, we're still on hold. Can someone pick this up, please? Still no response, of course. Anyways. That seems to be our biggest issue right now, can you tell? So anyways, I'm trying to make this short. It's already been 5 minutes. Crap, I gotta take a couple calls. 1 second. Well, here's my problem, and I'm sorry that you're the one that has to answer and hear my troubles, but I'm in a lot of pain. I'm in extreme pain, and I've been waiting for a long time for this MRI because I can't get out of work unless I have a diagnosis, a note from the doctor. I can't get a note from the doctor unless he gets an MRI to confirm my diagnosis. I can't get an MRI until I get an appointment with you guys. You guys called me, left me a message the other day, and I can't get a hold of you guys. I finally get a hold of someone today, somebody named Rajesh. I'm guessing he's from another country. He schedules me an appointment last minute today for 4 p.m. and I'm going to go in there, but it's really far away from my home, and I'm the only one I have to drive myself there, and it's really painful for me to drive all the way down there. If I drive all the way down there and you guys demand $200 and something of me today because you guys didn't get the pre-auth that you think you need, even though insurance says you don't need it, I'm not going to be able to do the appointment today, so I'm driving all the way down there for nothing. So I'm really frustrated. I'm thinking, they said that as soon as I could get with the location near my house is on the 23rd of September. I cannot continue like this until the 23rd of September. Arizona? That's what they said, and then they put me on hold for an hour and a half. Okay, thank you. No, I thank you for validating that. Okay, and then you'll call me back if for some reason nobody gets back. I won't hang up, but if that guy didn't come back, so I wanted to know why, and if he could have called me back and nobody did. You know what I mean? I just want to be taken care of because no one's taking care of me and I don't know how to help myself. Yes. Can you tell I'm shaking? I called the health insurance yesterday to ask them why they haven't authorized my MRI yet, and they said that it doesn't need pre-auth and they don't have any auth in there anyway. I didn't have anything. Nobody would give me anything. No, yeah, I called the doctor's office and they told me to be the one to call the insurance. They told me to be the one to call you guys, even though the doctor told me that you guys would be calling me, but I missed your guys' call and I couldn't get a hold of you guys. One of the things is when you're on the phone and it says if you want to call back, press the star or something like that. And then I press the star and wait, it says, okay, you will be called back, but it doesn't ask me my number. It doesn't know who I am. It just says they'll call me back. And I did that 3 times and nobody would call me back. Thank you so much, Cheryl. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. Uh-huh. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. This video is going to be called, I already know what it's going to be called. It's called How to Not Freak the Beep Out. Because I freaked the beep out on the doctor yesterday and hung up on her in a rage, even though I didn't overtly show it out to her. I mean, I did kind of say some things like, I'm sorry that you've had so many patients, you obviously, you know, like, she probably could tell that I was upset, but I definitely wasn't like the bleep and bleep and bleep and bleep 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 things that I wanted to say as magenta and red do in my head. I could hear them freak out about things, right? And as yellow and orange, we're just here to get things done, and we're trying to be as respectful and professional as possible, because, you know, you attract more flies with honey, bees with honey, something like that. So anyways, we got our appointment for 4 o'clock. We don't have to show them now that we were on hold for 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes, I think. Seriously though, before knowing about my noodles, we would have allowed Cyan to take control of the wheel in her panic state, freaking out. We would have had red and magenta right there with her, cheering her on to freak out and to say this and to say that, and they would have been co-con with her, or they would have been swapping places and all driving together or whatever in that front seat, right? But now knowing that we understand these noodles as a vehicle in the car and they need to go to the back seat, they're not going to be helpful right now. I understand they're upset, so let's try to advocate for them in a way that's going to be helpful for our whole system, for our whole body. Like, I won't be able to get an MRI today if I freak the F out and hang up on people, right? And you also got all of the people who are just doing their job, and this lady that answered the phone just got to work. I don't know why. She just now got to work. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. Anyway, she just now gets to work, and she has no idea who put me on hold, and she has no idea why they put me on hold, and she's really sorry, and I asked her to take care of me, and she was very kind, and wow, very grateful for her, Cheryl lady. Anyways, I just wanted to, like, I wanted to document what's going on here, because it's really easy to freak the F out when you have noodles or alters or whatnot. When you allow them to take control of your minivan or whatnot and steer us off the road, roll, tumble, all that, you know what I mean? Everybody in the system is affected, and people around you are affected, and yeah, your job might be affected and stuff like that. So we're trying to calm the F down by gently taking the steering wheel away from cyan, away from red, away from magenta, because those three are the biggest triggered right now. Because yeah, they're trying to protect her and defend her by saying those things that she feels forgotten about and neglected, and magenta tries to tell people off, you know, flip them the bird, curse at them, blah, blah, blah. And red tries to control things to calm everybody down and make other people do what we want them to do. Demand things. She's very demanding, red is. Okay, now that we've got that, now our stomach's still in knots, heart is still racing. I'm recognizing all of this, okay? So if you don't think this is freaking the F out, that's because we've got a yellow noodle. Thank you. You're welcome. We're figuring this out. Mint is also a great cheerleader right now for our system, because she is learning how to speak truth. She is the one that is been in therapy the deepest, and she is learning the most. Now, yellow being, yes. So anyways, we're taking a lot of hints from her, Mint, and Mint can only do so much. Yellow, me, I'm trying to keep everyone calm and at peace as like a mother caretaker type figure, where Mint Noodle is still learning, and she's still like child, teenage, young adult mind. Like she's grown a lot recently, but she's not very experienced in this. So with Mint and me and Orange will just get his stuff done and be strict and to the point, non-emotional. Yeah, gold's good. Gold's helpful too. I guess I'm not really sure if any of this makes sense to anyone, but we're doing this vlog for us, and what I'm doing is I'm calling out all these colors, all these noodles by name, so that when I go back and watch this later, whether I am cyan at that time, whoever's fronting at that time is basically what I'm saying. I want to teach what I'm recognizing and what I'm noticing. Because as yellow noodle, I am the gatekeeper. And I'm the one that is going to allow other noodles to come forward, or I might even forget that I can keep them back in the back seat if we need to, because they can be very forceful. Anyways, I'm not really sure what I'm talking about anymore, because I'm not the only gatekeeper. We got orange. We got everyone's, we're just still trying to figure this out. And now the phone is ringing. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks, bye.